it's definitely going to be a big game. Obviously, it's going to decide if we go to a bowl game or not, really. And that's definitely something we've thought about. But at the same time, we're not preparing like it's going to be some Super Bowl. We have to prepare like it's another game and prepare like it's we're playing BYU and we're not playing the Packers back in the '60s. I mean, it's just a regular game, and it's nothing that we can overhype or make too special, because then we won't be able to perform like we need to. It's just a regular game that we need to prepare for like it's a regular game.
Is it hard to do that at all?
It is. It can be hard, yeah, especially with all the outside people telling us everything, and getting text messages and all the people tweeting stuff and Facebook and everything. It's hard sometimes to treat it like it's a regular game, but you kind of have to focus on that and make it like it's just one other game.
Obviously, Saturday's a disappointing game, and Sonny said after that, find out what this team is made of in terms of how you respond to the way you played against Stanford going into this week. What have you seen so far as the response of the guys? And
yeah, it's all been positive. Everyone's ready to go for this week. We've been through so much as a team, from week one all the way through the off season. I mean, everything through last year, through the off season, and then through this year. We've been through so much that a game like that's disappointing, but we're able to overcome it and get through it pretty easily because of all the stuff we've already been through.
Jared, have you got any idea why, besides perhaps the schedule getting tougher, why you guys have not started games well in the last 6 or 8 games after starting so well at the beginning of the season? You come back and you score points in these games, but you don't start well. What do you think's going on there?
I don't know. I mean, it's like you said, it's been happening lately, and earlier in the season it wasn't happening as much, and I don't know if you can put it on a single common denominator, but there's probably a bunch of different factors that go into it. Like you said, I mean, the competition is getting a little bit stiffer, but at the same time, I mean, that really shouldn't affect the way we start offensively. We should be able to be fine, but I don't really know what the problem's been, but we'll practice this week and then plan on coming out fast next week. That's all we can do really, is every week just try to improve and try to come out faster the next week.
Do you think that there's been any loss of confidence with some losses recently, in that you start off games not quite as sure of yourselves as you did early in the season when you sort of came out of the gate with a lot of energy and a lot of confidence?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we've lost any confidence really. We've just, like you said, we've been starting a little bit slow, but that's not a lot letting us lose confidence. We finished the game against USC really well. We finished all the games really well, and it's letting us see that what we can do, we've done. It's just been late in games and almost when it doesn't matter anymore. But we just need to get better this week and improve and try to get better every day, and then come out Saturday and start fast and finish fast.
Jared, it seemed like Stanford's height maybe on their defensive line bothered you a little bit, or the line. You're going up against another kind of tall, big, physical bunch. Was that kind of true that their height bothered you, and is that something you're mindful of going into this week?
Their height didn't bother me at all. I don't really think about the height of the D line. It's my job to be able to be conscious of that when they put their hands up and try to avoid it as best I can. And they got one on Saturday where they threw their hands up and tipped up in the air and got an interception off it. But same thing this week, and it's similar to what Northwestern did to us the last couple of years. Well, they're big guys, and they get kind of a rhythm of when I'm going to throw it, and they're going to try to wait for me to throw it and jump up, and I've just kind of got to be conscious of that and try to avoid their hands a little bit.
Jared, the Pac-12 office came out last night and acknowledged that 2 of the 3 touchdowns that were reversed in the third quarter should have been left alone. What's your reaction to that?
I mean, I don't have much to say on that. I mean, that game was last week. I mean, I'm glad to see that they did some action towards that, but at the same time, I don't think that's the reason we lost the game. That was one series, and we didn't lose the game because of the officials. I mean, they definitely didn't help us in any way in that drive, but we shot ourselves in the foot too many times, and that wasn't anything in effect to the game, I don't think.